Hello once again, everybody, and welcome to Coach's Corner. On this week's show, we'll take a look at the Syracuse home opener in the Carrier Dome against the Scarlet Knights of Rutgers. Meet a couple of ball players up close and personal, and we'll also feature our tip of the week. My name is Doug Logan. Once again, joining me in the studio, the head coach of the Syracuse Orangemen, Dick MacPherson. Coach Mac, it's one of those nights. You have 8 fumbles as a ball club, 5 of them lost, 2 interceptions, 7 turnovers in all. How can you expect to win?
Well, I'll tell you right now, you don't win. Because I always look at scores across the country, and I expect a team to win, and they lose. That's the first thing I look for is the turnover ratio, and that's usually where the answer is. We just cannot play football like that with our people that we play and expect to win. And I just feel terrible about it, and our kids feel terrible. And I know the great crowd, the 41,000, almost 42,000 people there, they feel terrible. And we want to thank them for being there. But they sure deserve better, and so do our kids. The coach has got to get this thing going.
Meanwhile, on defense, your ball club for the 7th consecutive game limits the opposition to no more than 1 touchdown in a ball game. 7th consecutive game over 2 years. That's rather extraordinary.
Yeah, that goes all the way back to the Pitt game. Penn State got 2 on us, all the way back to the end. It's a great credit to our defense. The object is to keep them out of the end zone. We've got to improve on getting us field position, and then we're going to be in good shape.
Let's pick up action then from the Carrier Dome. First quarter and a contest, the Syracuse Orangemen against the Scarlet Knights of Rutgers. Syracuse kicks off, and the first kickoff for Donnie McCauley sailed out of bounds in the near sideline. And the second one, look at the great field position that the specialty team sets up for the defense.
There it is, right there on the -14. Now, that's what we're asking for out of this great defense. We should get some field position out of it, and all of a sudden, a 23-yard play on the first play. We're in trouble right now. We've lost the field position that we wanted. We end up starting our drive on the 21.
Now at the 36-yard line, Hochberg, and he hits another one of his fine receivers, tight end Andrews. Pendergrass caught the first one, and we all know about Baker, but now this play, Smith to the line, the tailback, and he gains 2. It'll be 3rd down and 3 from the Rutgers 43-yard line.
You can see they're ready to play. Here they come back, and here's the pressure. There's the screen. And they get the first down by not having the play contained, and that's a defensive error. We should have them punting again, and we're still playing defense.
Now Hochberg looks for Baker, Hobby defending. It looked to me, for the most part, your defensive backs were on the pass receivers. Was it pretty good coverage all afternoon?
No, it was not. We didn't have good coverage of this first drive. That was just a poor pass to Baker. The one before, John Roos made a great play on the first play of the game. They could have had a touchdown against it. It wasn't even his man who was back there.
I see. Sometimes we lose sight of that.
That's right.
All right, Hochberg once again, and he gives this time to the running back for a gain up the middle.
Now here we are, starting on the 21 when they started on the 14. That is not good defense.
And the very first play is a tough one for Syracuse.
That's a sign of the things to come for the night. Number 1, he fumbles the ball because he doesn't put it away. And number 2, he picks the ball up. We tell him to lay down on it. So we're in trouble right away.
So it's 2nd down and 15 from the 16-yard line. Gaden off right tackle for 5. And it's 3rd and 10 at the 21. And the Orange start to get things together right here.
Well, again, it's just a great catch and a great throw against the maximum coverage 3-man rush defense.
Here's the replay. Nurley steps up well, delivers the ball right to Ciano for a nice sliding grab, and it's first down after an illegal procedure penalty, 1st and 15 at the 30-yard line.
Yeah, we have an off-tackle play there, and the linebacker met him right in the hole. We got all we could out of it, but we're still in good shape. We've got no problem. Here's a nice bootleg, and now actually Todd didn't have anybody to throw there to, and he's throwing the ball away. He should have ran it upfield and got something for us.
3rd and 12 at the 33, and Norley this time will find Ciano for another completion, and Ciano just makes a fine grab on that bullet pass.
I tell you right now, I don't know if they got a rerun, but those are great courage catches. You see 3 white jerseys coming around, and we don't have one there, but Mike Ciano is certainly be congratulated. He is playing great pass receiver.
You wanted to open it up a little bit, and this is one way you do it. Schwade's almost ran underneath that one.
Now, again, this is me. I tell our quarterback, you can't out-throw Mike Morris and Scott Schwade. He did. That's my fault, not because I'll tell you right now, that was close.
Covington off the right side, and he had to earn every yard he got last night in the game against Rutgers on Saturday evening from the Carrier Dome. Norley looks to pass once again, and he finds his receiver on the sideline.
Nice catch, but on the counter play that Covington ran before, the line blocking was excellent on the thing. Covington just picked the wrong hole. Now here again, it's a great effort on his part because he didn't get that thing blocked properly. And we've got to get better at blocking that thing. Last year, we were really tuned into that thing, and we've got to get better at it.
This is the first drive of the game, first possession for Syracuse, and you see they're moving the ball down the field. Good line surge there.
Okay, this first drive, I thought, was where it was going to be all night. We were on top of the game, and we should be in great shape here.
Now a big pass on 3rd and 3 from the 34. Norley hits Ciano, and he breaks clean for a gain of the 15-yard line. We'll take a look at this 19-yard reception on replay.
See, the defensive back came up to the inside, and Mike Ciano was able to get away from him. And again, nice throw, nice catch, and way to get upfield, Mike.
Now it's 1st and 10 from the 15, and the give to Covington. He gains 13.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Look at him go. He missed the block down there. He would have walked in the end zone. A great leap over the people. I'll tell you right now, Jamie Covington is a back that can play with anybody. We love him, and we just got to get better on this thing.
Now the full house tee and the give to Covington. He's stacked up. Next play, though, on 2nd and goal from the 2, the give goes to Grimes, and he fumbles the ball. Roland Grimes, first carry of the season, and he's hit, stood up, and fumbled. Rutgers takes over at the 2-yard line.
See, we're still in good shape here. The score is 0-0. They get the ball on the 2-yard line. We just got to have some poise and keep them down here, and we'll be right back knocking on the door. This is the way we've got to think, and everybody's got to be on the same page on this thing. Now we get this thing. Here's the field position they need. Now we're back in the huts again.
Hochberg hits Andrews for 21. Lee and King on the stop. 1st and 10 at the Rutgers 23. Did your ball club contain the rush pretty much on the evening?
Well, basically, you know, they didn't run that much, and when they had to run at the end of the ball game, they did.
Good play by Jerry Allen to stop that play. And now here's the sack.
And there is Timmy Green right there. I'm telling you right now, that man is a football player. He's the man.
Orange take over. And once again, problems on offense. Bukowski comes in, sacks Todd Norley before he has a chance to even look downfield. And then on the very next play, on 2nd and 21 at the 41-yard line, disaster strikes on the exchange.
And again, the sack was caused by a lineman. That fumble right there was caused by the quarterback pulling out. We can't have stuff like that.
All right, Hochberg. Hands off. Williams up the center, stopped after a gain of 1. 2nd and 9 from the 35 in SU territory. Still no score in the ball game. Drake with the reception.
Now here's a big play in the football game right now. It's 3rd down. They go into a formation sideline on us, and they're working into the sideline on this thing. And they get another 1st down. They're in field goal range, and we just got to stop playing heads-up football and keep them out of the end zone, then try to block the field goal as we go.
Rutgers needed 2 yards. They got 3 on the play. 1st down as we get set to begin the 2nd quarter of football activity, and we'll have that for you on Coach's Corner right after this timeout.
Dim the lights and raise the curtain. October is a month of opening nights on Madison Square Garden Network. Get ready for the start of the 1984 hockey season as the New York Rangers take the ice. Last year, the Rangers had their best record since 1972. And this year, the Broadway Blues are focusing their sights even higher. Across the Hudson, it'll be the New Jersey Devils' turn to impress the NHL as the Devils begin a new campaign with rookie head coach Doug Carpenter. They'll host the Patrick Division rival Islanders, Flyers, and Rangers during the month of October. October also means the start of basketball, with preseason action of the New York Knicks, plus their regular season debut against the Detroit Pistons on Saturday the 27th. You'll also see the opening night of the National Horse Show, as well as boxing, wrestling, and college football. October is a month of new beginnings, and it's all yours on Madison Square Garden Network, where we bring sports fans to their feet.
The Madison Square Garden Group Sales Office can offer your organization special ticket discounts and reserved seats for garden events, including basketball games, tennis matches, ice shows, boxing matches, track meets, children's shows, the circus, and many more fun-filled garden events. For complete information on group sales services, call the Madison Square Garden Group Sales Office at 212-563-8080. When they're at the gate, you can sense it. When they're in the home stretch, you can feel it. And when they cross the finish line, you know it. It's the winning feeling of thoroughbred racing from the Meadowlands, Monday through Saturday on Madison Square Garden Network. 6 nights a week, the best horses compete at the country's premier racetrack, and you can catch all the win, place, and show action right at home. It's Racing from the Meadowlands here on Madison Square Garden Network.
First quarter is complete from the Carrier Dome. Syracuse and Rutgers, no score, and even though the Orange were thwarted in their drive down near the goal line on their very first possession, a 77-yard drive that ends in disaster. You mentioned the fact that Syracuse still should have gotten the field position to have another crack at it, but Rutgers broke it downfield.
That's exactly right, and those are the keys to it. When you get them in the hole, you got to keep them in the hole so you can come right back at them again. So then the fumble doesn't look it. Now, the level of expectancy to score a touchdown, which is high disappointment. But if you analyze the thing, if you're down to the 2, you can come right back at them. And we've got to get that ball in the end zone. And it's almost becoming a mania with us, and we've got to start improving fast.
First down, 10 yards to go. It's the Syracuse 25-yard line as we pick up action in quarter number 2. Rutgers has the football, and Hochberg will look to pass. And here's where the Syracuse defense comes through. Timmy Green and Jeff Knopf teaming up, and they close in on Hochberg, and they bring him down. Flags everywhere. Holding against Rutgers, the penalty is accepted, and so it's first down and long from the Syracuse 39, and an incompleted pass to the sidelines intended for Cobb makes it 2nd and 24. Hochberg again has to scramble before he can set up, and a nice deflection there by the Orange.
Yeah, that was a great come across by Bernard King, and I think Ron Hobby's a little upset because I think he thought he had it.
Now it's 3rd and 24, and a big play here. Now that's a nice catch by Baker in traffic.
Well, by the same token, the underneath coverage should have been back deeper to help Ron Hobby on that play. And see, again, we're in trouble, and we had him out of field goal range and everything, and that reception lets him back in the field goal range. We just can't have that. So there's 3 points that one complete pass gives him.
Now a give up the middle. And Smith gets a couple.
You see,
but it's 1st and goal.
There's a late hit by Hobby, which is inexcusable, down in here. It puts him right. We're not going to keep people out the 3-yard line very often, and that's where we put. So, again, we're fortunate.
2nd and goal at the Syracuse 2. And there's a pass incomplete near the goal line.
Again, we get good goal line coverage, and everybody's working the way they should be working.
3rd down. Hochberg really has to throw this one away.
He did throw it away because he saw the sack coming right on him. There's a bad snap, put it down and kick it. So other people have luck also.
Now the 19-yard field goal, and it's good by Angstead. 3-0 in favor of Rutgers. And we pick up action on the next Syracuse possession. Covington tries to go around the right, gets 3.
Well, again, from an inconsistency standpoint, they give a flag to 10, and 56 comes in and does it to our guy, and nothing happens. That's the only thing I don't like. What's good for the one is good for the gander, or a goose, I guess, or whatever it is.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Now the Orange up the middle. Norley gives to Gaydon, and the ball comes free.
Now, see, here's the ball, and we were lucky on this drive because the ball came out, and they gave it to Rutgers, and then they gave it back to us, and we don't have that helping. So it's a great break for us. We're down here 3-0, and we get the ball back, and actually we fumbled it.
Now the pass on the flats, and the Orange.
Now, the official ruled that correctly, because what happened, he caught the ball, he was down on one knee, he got back up, and then he was hit. That's why there was a good rule by even though he fumbled the football, he was down before he fumbled it, so there shouldn't have been a factor, and the officials were good about picking that one up.
Syracuse, after a holding penalty, has to get the football. Now the big run here.
Yes, and I'll tell you one thing right now is that Smith is, but see, right here he is, over the thing, and everybody relaxes because they think he's down. And if we'd have come in late, they'd have had a late hit on us, and yet they allow him to run down. The whistle's got to blow on those things, and if they don't blow, we can play.
That is, though, an unbelievable play that Smith comes back on his feet.
Great athlete. Great athlete. and we allow him to be one.
Second and goal now from the Syracuse 7. Hochberg looks to pass. He is sacked. And intentional grounding.
Exactly right, and it should have been. And so that foul takes place from there. It's a maximum foul. And here's old Jamie Kimmel and Jeff Knopf right there coming like heck. And they got to continue to do that. They're just playing great football.
Third and goal from the 24. And a pass over the middle. Pass interference.
Yeah. Is this a rerun of that?
We will not see that one again.
That's the one I want to show you because I'm not sure that that was a good call down there. We had a holding up here which balanced the thing out.
Now here's a replay on this one as Hochberg is sacked by Timmy Green for a loss of 9. And we pick up further action. Smith once again tries to sort his way off. He's got nothing there, and he breaks it outside and gains yardage.
And that's, you know, when you get a guy stopped in his tracks like that, you better keep a hold of him.
Rutgers leads 6-0 after the Syracuse fumble. This is why Rutgers has the ball once again. Now it's 3rd and 5 from the 12. Hochberg looks left side, delivers, and good coverage there by the Orange.
Yes, actually there was nothing there for him to do, and I think he was throwing the ball away, but he threw it rather dangerously close to inbounds, and we almost intercepted it.
Another field goal by Angstead. Then after a Syracuse possession, 3 plays and a punt, Hochberg once again goes to work in the air and passes it to Andrews. I thought that Dick Anderson, coming from Penn State after 11 years, offensive line coach, was going to establish the run. He went right to the air.
Well, I think he sees how we can play the run, but I'll tell you this. In all credit to Dick Anderson, there was a well-designed offensive game plan they had as far as the passing game. They knew what we were doing coverage-wise, and they went after us.
Second and 10.
Great credit to them.
2nd and 10 at the 40.
We've got to tackle better than that when we play football. We can't let them fly over the top of us. So there's a lot of things here that we've got to improve on if we're going to be a 3-0 football team, and that's why we're 2-1.
Andrews with the reception, and now Rutgers is in Syracuse territory at the 47. Hochberg over the top once again. Pendergrass, the intended receiver. It's incomplete. 2nd and 10 at the Syracuse 47. Hochberg this time will find Andrews a gain of 4 yards. Ruse on the stop. 3rd and 6 at the 42. And Hochberg once again, with someone in his face, throws, and it is incomplete. Almost picked off by Gorzalski.
See, the problem that they have is that they don't judge the offensive guy as well as they judge the defensive guy. In other words, there's also offensive pass interference.
Did you feel there was offensive pass interference in that play?
No, I didn't. No, to be quite honest with you. I'm just referring to that once that ball's in the air, it's a free for anybody. Now, there's another thing that I don't like. We got to stop that in college football, those late hits. The officials are not doing a good job of it. I write about it every week. You can't have that kind of stuff.
Norley flings a pass intended for Ciano, incomplete. Now Covington gets the call, and he makes some yardage, absorbing a couple of hits and bouncing off for a gain of 6. 1st and 10 now, Syracuse at their own 22.
This is just the end of the half, and we're trying to get the ball downfield, and we try to go to Scott's athletic ability, but the contact is there. Scott got his hands on it, but so now we figure that with where we are, we better just get going home and get regrouped at halftime. We're down to 9-0, and we're still in a football game very easily. And that's just exactly what I'm thinking. We just got to stop the craziness on offense in terms of the mistakes, and we win.
So you feel you're still in moderately good shape?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. No problem. No problem at all. We were lucky, in my opinion, to be out of there with 9-0. And it's a great credit to the defense with a terrible field position. But they caused part of it. We can talk about that at halftime, make some adjustments, and go from there.
9-0 is the score in favor of Rutgers at halftime from the Carrier Dome, and Coach's Corner will continue following these messages.
It's a busy world we live in. It can take your breath away. When the going isn't easy, there's an easy going way. So relax and catch the feeling. Take off and get away. You're coming like us, TW May.
Take your time to the airport by reserving your seat in advance. Take a comfortable wide-body plane. Spread out in a spacious business class, or stretch out in a first-class sleeper seat. Across the country, across the world, Nobody is working harder to make flying easier than everybody at TWA.
We're a spirit you can count on, a hand across the miles. We're a cloud to put your cares on, and an easy smile. You're gonna like us, TWA.
The 1985 Mitsubishi cars and trucks are here now, and it's your chance to make a great deal during the Mitsubishi 85 Head Start sales event. We've just received truckloads of new 85 fuel-injected turbocharged Starions, sleek new 85 Cordia Coupes, and roomy new 85 Tredia sedans. So get a head start on 85 now, before these deals pass you by. See your Mitsubishi Motors dealer today.
Back on Coach's Corner, it's time now for our up-close and personal segment, where we get an opportunity to meet some of the Syracuse Orangemen for 1984 and take the helmets and the shoulder pads and the numbers off their backs and get to know them as the student athletes that they are at Syracuse University. And today we're going to key on 3 outstanding receivers for Syracuse University, and we'll meet up close and personal Mike Ciano, Scott Schwades, and Mike Morris. Now at 5'11" and 165 pounds, sophomore wide receiver Scott Schwades is out of DeWitt, New York.
Over the summer, I knew I had to gain weight, so I ate a lot of pasta, and I ate over a friend's house a lot, and just ate a lot. I guess it all went to my stomach because I lost about maybe 5 pounds of it in the beginning of the season.
How do you feel physically as opposed to last year?
I'm a lot stronger. I've gotten a lot stronger in the upper body and in the lower body, and I can
Not
really feel it.
especially when someone's bearing down on you, ready to just knock your head off. What special quality do these men have to be able to catch a football in traffic as expertly as they can?
Well, thing number one is they've got to be able to catch it without being in traffic. Once they have the confidence they can catch the football, then what you watch to see is that they have the intense concentration to disregard what we call it to the guys, all extraneous stimuli, which is those white shirts coming at you, and just use your skills and let everything take care of itself. There aren't too many people that can do it in the crowd, like faces in the crowd. It's just a unique talent. And again, Doug, I want to congratulate you. The best part of the show is up close and personal, and the great talent you have is to bring these young men out. When people have a chance to see this, and they can't believe that football is great and Syracuse University is great, to know where these people have come from since a freshman, I know that they're getting a great education here.
Coach's Corner will continue, and we'll pick up third quarter activity, Syracuse versus Rutgers in the Carrier Dome, following this timeout.
Inventory.
While your competitor's inventory is out of control, you can be a generation ahead of them. With Data General's desktop generation computers, you can take control of your business, including your inventory. And Data General systems can grow with your business to keep you a generation ahead of your competitors. Data General.
A generation ahead.
If a restaurant charged you extra just because you paid with a credit card, you'd probably never go there again. But that's what some gas stations are trying to get away with. Look, they say their cash island costs less. That means their credit card island costs more. Getty doesn't go in for that kind of fancy footwork. Cash, Visa, or MasterCard, it's the same low price. You don't pay a penny more to charge. We give you more credit than that. At Getty, the proof is at the pump.
It took the mind of Minolta to create the voice.
Load film.
The Minolta Talker. Listen.
Too dark. Use flash.
The world's easiest 35mm compact focuses by infrared beam. Watch it automatically attach and load film. Even advances and rewinds automatically. The only mistake you can make is leaving it home. The Minolta Talker.
Only from the mind of Minolta.
We get set to begin the third quarter from the Carrier Dome. Nearly 42,000 fans on hand. Syracuse will get the football, and they trail 9-0. And Not necessarily immediately, but close enough to immediately. More bad things happen for the Orange. First of all, Norley back to pass. You really did air it out. You loosened up the offensive game plan a bit, didn't you, Coach?
Well, we have to. And we have to get people off of us. And that was a 2-yard gain. I think Todd missed somebody that was really open there. And this, again, is a great effort by Jamie.
Here's a big play.
And this is pass protection problem. And we can't blame Todd for that, although people can say that's Todd. But anytime you get blindsided, when you're ready to throw the football, it's on its way.
So Rutgers takes over, 1st and 10 at the Syracuse 21, and they end up going in for a touchdown here.
And this is when we got to keep them out of the end zone. 12 is a hell of a lot different than 16. And we had a gap responsibility right there. And again, Ron Hobby makes the big save, but we blew the gap responsibility. Here they come again. Look at this. One play too late. Now they're down in there where it's tough on us.
2nd and goal from the 5, and Smith, the running back, will get the call, and he has a big hole.
And the reason why he has a hole, because the defense isn't ready to play. They went on a quick count. And they were right down to 0 when that play started. So that's the timing and the luck of the draw.
Now, Syracuse is, as a matter of fact, they might have gotten the ball off about a second after that clock was 0.
Not by the officials, it didn't. That's what counts. But the quick count, we should have been ready to play, and we weren't as a defense.
Norley looks to swing a pass, finds Covington, and he breaks a couple tackles here and turns it into a real nice gain to a 36.
Yes, sir. He is a football player. He's our captain, and you can see why they elected him captain. Because he does it. He does what he's supposed to do when he's supposed to do it.
Covington for a gain of 4, loses his shoe in the process.
Well, 20 times a game, but he likes the shoes, he told me.
2nd and 6 at the Syracuse 40-yard line. Norley pass incomplete to Tate.
Now, that is Norley's fault. It was a poor pass. Tate had to go back away from whence he came, and those are the toughest ones to catch. Giano made a great one of those, but it was not a good throw.
Ineligible receiver downfield. I think 3 times now in the last 2 games we've seen that against the Orange.
Yes. Well, basically, last week it was lineman downfield. This week it was Marty Chuck lining up on the wrong side. But it was not Chuck's fault. The play was called wrong.
Now on play action, Hochberg in trouble, gets it off, and that's what pressure from Jeff Knopf.
That's exactly right. Exactly right. Almost an interception.
And now a nice interception by Hobby, and this was a class play by Ron.
Not there. That was not a class play when he starts tossing it to Rutgers people. That is not a great interception. And now he ruins it by pulling that kind of crap right there.
Hobby with the strong play, though, to pick off the ball. Syracuse has a 1st down. There's Covington again, and he's a hard man to bring down sometimes.
Yes, he is. There's another late hit. Watch it right here at the end. Watch it right here. And I'm not talking about the officials.
Right there. Yeah.
We can't have that. And we're doing it ourselves, and everybody in college ball is doing it. And it's got to be stopped.
Grimes gains 2 up the center. 2nd and 8 at the 27. We'll see this play twice coming up. A pass to Schwades for a gain of 10.
And this is just a lucky break for us. We avoid some rush. We step around and get a 1st down out of it.
Look at Todd at the scramble, then he flings the ball on the run, and it's a little bit under ledge. Schwades comes back to get it, and he picks up the good 1st down yardage. 1st and 10 now at the 17-yard line. There's Covington at work once again. Ball pops free, and it turns out that Marty Chalk makes a grab over his shoulder. And Syracuse keeps their drive alive. Covington again. Tries to bull his way forward. Gains 3. 3rd and 3 at the Rutgers 10. And Norley rolls left, sets up, fires, and the grab is made on the near sideline. Cristiano, and Syracuse is trying to get right back in this ball game.
Isn't he one heck of a receiver? He really is something.
Covington inside the 5. Now it's 3rd and goal from the, we'll see Covington one more time. Now it's 3rd and goal from the Rutgers.
Here's the option play. Now 47 has got to get himself in a pitch relationship, and he didn't get there. He started late and went up tight instead of keeping his depth.
So that's not a quarterback pitch error.
No way. Todd Norley, see that? Todd Norley has got great position on it. When the man that's got contained went after Todd, he had to walk in the end zone.
Pick up further action as Rutgers has the ball at their own 26-yard line. Williams no gain. Gregory on the stop. Ted seemed to be in a lot of plays last night.
There's a missed tackle right there. If We get a lot of people coming to the ball. Missed tackles would kill you. We had a chance for a loss there.
Still 3rd and 9 at the Rutgers 27. And a big play here as they find Drake, and Drake keeps his balance for a first down. And it just seems that whenever there was a critical moment in the ball game, Rutgers got it going and Syracuse did not. 2nd and 8 now from the Rutgers 39. And Smith goes off the right side. Gains 3 on the play, and there's the pursuit for the Syracuse.
Yeah, look, all those guys that had contact and Smith's still going. Those tell signs of things to come in, because we're going to be playing another Smith this week.
Yeah, more on Jeff Smith in a minute from Nebraska. Pass intended for Pendergrass, incomplete, and it's 4th and 5, and here's the punt. And the return, but we see a clip. I wasn't really sure about that call. Tell me it was a good call.
It was not a clip. The guy was on the ground.
He fell down.
He wants to call a late hit or something else. It was the same penalty, but it wasn't a clip. The guy was down on the ground. He had already gone by him.
And a pass intercepted, and a Rutgers return down to the 11-yard line. And you don't see too many fans on their feet, with good reason, because Syracuse trails 16-0 at the end of the 3rd quarter, and things are just going awry for the Syracuse Orangemen. And Coach's Corner will continue with more from the Carrier Dome following this message.
Listen. Watch. Feel the quality of a great American car. The 84 Buick Skyhawk, equipped, is real priced at only $88.07. When your Buick dealer gives you a price, believe it.
It's a busy world we live in. It can take your breath away. When the going isn't easy, there's an easy going way. So relax and catch the feeling. Take off and get away. You're gonna like us, PWA.
Take your time to the airport by reserving your seat in advance. Take a comfortable wide-body plane. Spread out in a spacious business class, or stretch out in a first-class sleeper seat. Across the country, across the world, nobody is working harder to make flying easier than everybody at TWA.
We're a spirit you can count on, a hand across the miles. We're a cloud to put your cares on, and an easy smile. You're gonna like us, TWA.
Back on Coach's Corner, Syracuse trails 16-0. We get set for 4th quarter activity with an Angstead field goal. As you'll see in a second, that makes it 19-0, and that ends up being the final score. But scoring drives for Rutgers of 34, 12, 5, 21, and 7 yards on the Saturday evening. And that closes out the scoring right there, that field goal, and it is 19-0. And do you feel at this stage of the game that you can still get back in the game, Coach?
Yes, I do. But not with things like that happen. We're all set. 3 touchdowns wins the ball game for us, 21-19. And we're still in pretty good control defensively. Now we end up back there in the hole, and so we thought we'd try some options and stuff like that with Donnie MacPherson situation. But we had a breakdown in the pass pattern right there, and everybody's loading up on the thing, so Donnie's got a problem. So we come back with the same thing, and I thought with all the flood over there, he might be able to put on a run, and we don't block anybody.
Nobody gets blocked. You see that right there. Nobody gets blocked.
So now when we get the ball back again, we have to decide to go with 9 minutes left to start getting 3 touchdowns by 2-minute offense and not eat a time of the clock by trying to run it. And so it becomes a circus.
Before we get back to Rutgers now, they have the ball. You brought MacPherson in because you wanted to test the corners. Is that it?
I wanted to give him a shot at it and see if he could get the club moving. But, you know, we had a whole quarter left.
Yeah.
Now we get the clock. Well, now we get the ball back with 9 minutes to go. So they're eating up the clock just like they want to do. So we don't get the clock back. See, now we're talking about the defense. They keep him out of the end zone, but they let him eat up the clock. So this is a team game. And, and we know they're going to run. They want to eat up the clock. That's when we should be able to play run defense. And then people say, gee, they're on the field too much. They're not on the field too much. They're on the field as much as they have to be, and they got to be ready to play.
Here's the give once again. Williams up the middle, and he gains down to the 25-yard line. And you can see the ball control that Mac is talking about. Rutgers keeping the ball on the ground, and they're eating up the time, which is a critical factor.
6 minutes. So that's why we have to change to a 2-minute offense. Now, do you see why they're pumped up? They're 19-0. Those legs are churning. If they're down 19-0, they can't run the ball. And that's what this game is all about. When people like that kicker start making 50-yard field goals, I know it's going to be a long night.
Now the illegal procedure penalty wipes out that one. Now a field goal attempt from 34 yards out is wide and or short. No good. It's 19-0. Syracuse has another possession. This is the 2-minute offense you're talking about with about 9 minutes to go. And Norley's got to direct that, doesn't he, for the most part?
Yes, he does. Just when the clock is stopped so we can go back to the huddle, then we get a play into them and just try to keep counseling.
Football's a great game. You complete a pass to Siano for 18. You just feel you can still get back in the game, even though you're down. You need 3 scores. Sure. Covington, though, gains 3. And now Grimes goes up the middle for just enough yardage to pick up the first down at the 45-yard line, Rutgers territory. The 2-minute offense is working pretty well, actually.
Well, I think they're doing a good job on it, but by the same token, Todd is making some great plays here. I mean, there's some great throws. He's taking some hits. But people don't get that most of the time because they follow the football.
Nice grab by Chalk.
Yes, it
for a
is.
gain of 8. First and 10 at the Rutgers 31.
See, the clock is stopped. Now we can take our time getting back up there and keep it moving. And we're doing a pretty good job here, but we got to get in the end zone.
Covington, nice easy grab on the out pattern. Gain of 7, 2nd and 3.
Now we get out of sync right here. There's the big play for the first down, but we get called for holding. See, here we are on the 18-yard line, 1st and 10. Look where we end up. See, we are on the 44. So we're back into it again. And you can't keep overcoming those things all over the place.
Schwades gains 10, 3rd and 12 now at the 32-yard line. Norley fires to the near side, and there's a pass incomplete. It's ruled incomplete to Schwades.
Yeah, Scott should have put that ball away, and he had the reception, but he couldn't hang on it. It was an excellent defensive football play.
Now they go long. There was pretty good blanket coverage on Schwades there.
Yes, they did. It was not the place to go at that particular time. It was the wrong read by the quarterback.
Pick up further action on the next possession for Syracuse. Norley is sacked by Piquel, George Piquel, we talked about earlier.
Yes, talked about him too much. I mean, there's a guy that's 235 pounds, and he acts like he's 270. It's a great credit to the Piquel kid. Billy is his brother. This kid plays football hard, and you got to admire him for it.
Now you see Syracuse really with their backs to the wall. Norley steps up and fires a pass complete to Tate for 11 yards. First down and 10 at the Syracuse 37.
There comes another one of those helmets into the back again. Now, Covington should have had that. Put it away instead of turning around. Put it away first, because every catch helps us.
Now Schwades dragged down from the side after the catch. Young, the defender, on the play. 3rd and 1 now at the 46.
Nice catch by Mike Morris.
Yes, gain of 10. 1st and 10 now at the Rutgers 44. Time very much a factor, though. Syracuse just doesn't have enough of it at this stage.
Now, Mike says he forgets the drops. That's one of them right there. I mean, he doesn't drop them very often, believe you me. But we need all the catches we can get right now.
Incomplete to Covington. It's 3rd down and 10. And here's Norley hitting Chalk, and that's just a freaky play where he has the ball, then kicks it as it comes free right into the hands of a Rutgers defender. Here's the replay.
Yeah, that's the kind of night we're having.
Isn't that incredible? Rutgers has the pass interception then. And again, you take a look at Norley's statistics, you see 2 interceptions. That's hardly a discredit to Todd on that play.
Yeah, now, here's the second team that we're running against, right here. In 2 plays, they run for a first down. So we can tell a lot about who we are as this goes, and that's what we watch closely on films, and so should they. That's the second unit in there. And we're trying to get the ball back, but they're keeping score.
And the clock is winding down on the Syracuse Orangemen as Rutgers has the football. There's a play where Walbrook runs right out from under his shoe, just taking off out of the backfield. There's a play stopped up by the Orange, and time is running out on Syracuse, and Rutgers wins the ball game. Final score, 19-0. All right, Coach, just briefly, your comments on the game.
We lost. Terribly disappointed in our execution. And there are a lot of things from a defensive standpoint that people don't see that we must tremendously improve on. On the offensive side, they see all those fumbles and pitches, and they see the defensive backs. But we have got to be a football team that struggles every down, every play, and do things right. We're not great, but we can win if we do things right and believe in ourselves. You want me to briefly comment on things, but we've now got to get ready for Nebraska, and I want you to know that I'm excited about it. And our football team is, and I know they are, because I just left them.
And Coach's Corner will continue with Coach Mack, and we'll take a look at the out-of-town scoreboard, plus much more, following these messages.